The Grey Man Podcast is a veteran-run platform dedicated to sharing authentic experiences from current and former service members. These stories are shared to foster connection, understanding, and support within the veteran community. Episodes may contain raw, emotionally charged content that some listeners may find distressing. Listener discretion is advised. The views and opinions expressed by guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the Grey Man Podcast, its host, or affiliated partners. The Grey Man Podcast assumes no liability for any statements, opinions, or representations made by guests during interviews or discussions. G'day team, thanks for joining us. Today's guest is a powerhouse of grit, humour and transformation. Cara Robinson grew up in Papua New Guinea before moving to Australia, where she navigated some of the country's toughest neighbourhoods. She enlisted into the army as a truck driver with 7 Sisby, and then later set her sights on becoming a pilot until life took a different turn and she embraced motherhood. But Cara's story didn't stop there. She reinvented herself yet again, stepping into the spotlight as a stand-up comedian and founding the annual event Shellshocked, which brings laughter and healing to the veteran community. From military service to mic drops, this is Cara's journey. Thank you for being here, guys. You can help support the podcast by simply subscribing on YouTube or Spotify, which is as free and easy as just clicking on the subscribe or follow button. Or if you want to go above and beyond and help the podcast grow and reach a wider audience, please consider subscribing on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. Link is in the description. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you all. I am Harley Fox, and this is the Grey Man Podcast. Cool. All right. Cara.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, awesome.
You found me on your photo feed from your comedy show the other night.
Yeah, so we did Shellshocked a couple of weeks ago, and afterwards I was like, how can I engage with the audience and keep it going a little bit to try and bring them over back to the page and also just keep the mental health messages going. And I'll tell you, because we did you first, because when I went through I was like, the first time you roast someone, you've got to be pretty careful because it'll be a surprise. So for everyone else, they know, oh, I've set them up now, she's roasting. Mm-hmm. So I picked out, I'm like, who can handle this the best? And I don't know any of you. So I have to do it by looks. I'm like, I think he will be the least offended of anyone. So,
on the photo.
Yeah. He just doesn't look like he'd be upset by it. Maybe you were, I don't know. But I apologise if you were. But
I definitely wasn't. Raina went off on a tangent and added to your story.
That was better than what I was like, oh, I don't know who that is, but I wish they could do it for everyone. Bring them in as the roaster.
Yeah. No, that's good. No, Raina's a mate.
Okay.
Cool, yeah. Welcome. So basically we'll just have a chat about your life and what influences took you to the military and then life inside and then life beyond, and obviously a bit about your comedy career and stuff as well.
Yeah, sure.
So where'd you grow up? Where are you from?
So I grew up, the first half of childhood, I was in the highlands of Papua New Guinea in Goroka.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
Not sure. It's unclear.
Is your dad a merchant marine or something? Or?
Well, he was an electrician, so he doesn't. I don't know why they were there. They were in South Africa first, and Africa, going around there. And then Mum got pregnant, and they were like, "Oh, where can we raise kids that's a bit safer than Africa?" And they went to like a second murder capital of the world. I'm not sure what. I think it was just probably, I don't know, some financial deal. He was working at Rothmans. My dad, the Rothmans cigarette factory.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we were Goroka's up in the highlands, so not quite the cities of Port Moresby. It's still a pretty big town, and we were inside a compound. So we had big barbed wire fences, dogs patrolling, and men on the gate with machine guns. And
wow.
Yeah.
How old were you when that was going on?
Up till I think about maybe 7 or so. So that was my first impression of the world, was Papua New Guinea. There's a few things there. There's the tribes are still around. So there's a bit of tribal warfare sometimes. There is the normal city, town, just people, and there's civil unrest still. So we still had the Rascals. We were living across the road from the Lay compound. So, yeah, the Rascals were still causing civil unrest at the time.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, bits and pieces. So obviously, you got to memories. Like, I don't know if you know much about the brain with memories, but they change.
False memories and
stuff.
So
I don't know what was told to me, what's true, what's really happened, and there's photos. But things I think that have strong emotion attached usually have a memory. So some of my early memories aren't great because they're attached to fear. And like the Rascals showing up to the house was probably one of my first ones. And my parents were at the Aero Club, so we were with the house Mary, and they were going to...
some siblings, so you were...
Yeah, 2 siblings, I think, because we keep going, how did we survive all that? And I'm like, maybe there were more. Yeah, 2 older brothers. And we just set the dog on them and they left. But that was like one of my first things as being a kid, you know.
Yeah, right.
Almost like Home Alone, but...
Yeah, with some tribal warlords.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't, like, when I talk about the Rascals, I'm not... They were in a country, you know, there was a lot of, what's the word, where the government... Corruption. So I don't really blame them really for what's going on in that. But, yeah, I have no ill will at all. I just think that's what happened.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And you went to school there, or?
Yep. So there was an international school, so lots of, it was like a meeting of the UN, so there was lots of people from Europe and things, but mostly the local people there as well. And I absolutely love the locals, and, you know, they're very loving people towards children, so I loved that part of my life.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. It seems to be a pretty universal island thing with them loving kids, eh?
Yeah, yeah. So it's a shame that there does, you know, we get to the violence later in life, but as a child it's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Do they speak English at the school, or they've got their own language?
They did, but we also, I don't know how to say it anymore, but we spoke, what's it called? Pigeon?
Pigeon, yeah.
Yeah, so that as well. So I could speak that a bit when I was little, but yeah. Yeah, and there was also, so we had the tribe near us was the Mudmen. I think it's Saka. I'd have to look up what exactly it was. Asaro maybe. So I don't know. You can Google pictures of them. They look pretty scary when they're all set up for battle. And then up a bit higher, I think, was like more they had this tribe that was the skeleton-y sort of tribe. So they covered themselves in black paint and put skeletons on them. Yeah. And I've got a diary where I've written about hanging out with them, and I really liked it because they just did a lot of dancing and stuff.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I've got a thing up on the wall there. I'll put a photo up. It's from Fiji, and all the tribal weapons and stuff that they used. That they showed me, like where they used to cook bodies and stuff, and it was like less than 100 years ago. They were still eating their enemies.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
A brain fork, cut the top of the head off and stick the fork in, eat the brain.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Cool. So where'd you go from there at 7?
So we came to Brisbane, north of Brisbane to Redcliffe, and we grew up there. That was actually not a great area at the time. It's really nice now, like really nice. But
that's subjective.
Yeah.
They call it Woodridge by the Sea, I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Slowly changing. Yeah, so that was the primary school part was pretty good, but when we got to high school, my brother started to get into like drugs, and he became a drug dealer in the house. So yeah, started to get
he doesn't mind you saying that in a public forum.
No, he's fine with that. Just we won't share it with him. If the audience could go along with that, that'd be great. Yeah, so he was doing that, and you know, lost his way a bit, doing a bit of crime and stuff. But so that created a bit of an environment of violence and things like that around. So that wasn't really that good in high school either.
How much older were they than you?
There was 3 years, and then there was an eldest brother who's 4 years. He was the exact opposite. He's like, you know, got a PhD and everything. Yeah. So very different people. But yeah, that was we ended up like the house got raided by the police and
your family home.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I was about 13 when that happened, and yeah, which was really funny because I just like they came to me first to look at my room, and I was just showing them my paintings. I was so happy for some adult attention. I was like, here's my turtle. They're like, oh, okay. Do you have drugs? I'm like, no, just the turtle in here.
Yeah. Did you know that your brother was doing that?
Yeah. I knew where they were hidden too. And I was like, guys, think about it. We're not very wealthy, and there's an air conditioner over there. We can't afford air conditioning, you know. But they didn't pick up on it. They didn't find it. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. Hot tip, if you want to hide your drugs in the defunct air conditioner, go, you know, that's...
Yeah, that's why my aircon doesn't work. Yeah. Cool. What was it like going from like the island life into what civilization?
Oh, that was it was a little bit of adjusting, but you're so young, you're not just sitting there like, what a hard adjustment. You're just seeing different observations. I think it's really helped with comedy because I still always feel slightly removed from society even now. I'm still observing things like, what? Because there's danger a lot. You're on guard, but there's also that loving environment. People are closer. There's way more affection. But I found it shocking because when we moved, they were just having a near coup, so nearly a coup. The police commissioner got shit-faced wasted and tried to overthrow the government, and it just went poorly, was resulting in, the civil unrest stuff. And so there was a curfew, so we weren't allowed out past 6 p.m. unless you were a police officer or a priest. So a lot of, like my dad and everyone, they were all carrying priest collars in their bag and they just put them on and go to each other's places and stuff. So I was shocked just at us when we came to Australia having a barbecue at night at the park. And I still have a lot of those sort of, it hasn't gone away. Like for example, I won't wear jewellery because that opens you up to being, attracting that. And I do a lot of little things that I don't realise and it annoys people. Like if there's electronics somewhere out in public, I might act subconsciously. I don't mean to, but I hide everything under things. And they're like, where's my phone? I was like, oh, I hid it. And then they're like, where? And I'm like, I forget. Sorry. I've hidden your stuff.
In the garden.
Yeah.
I buried it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that can be a product of an environment if you grow up in Logan or something.
Yeah.
Like I went for a lunch yesterday with my brother and he's like, oh, we'll just put all our stuff like sunnies and wallet and phone on the table so we can go order.
Yeah.
Which was out of eyesight.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to handle it.
So that nobody takes our table. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it doesn't definitely have to even be Papua New Guinea. There's a whole bunch of pockets in Australia, but I think it's funny because it's quite similar. I'll walk into Caboolture and something's happened and I'm like, why is this one pocket just like this and everywhere else surrounding it isn't? But
yeah. I think there's a lot more, like you were saying, it's starting to gentrify.
Yeah.
Redcliffe.
But I think I'm very lucky to not, I've got those habits, but it makes me, overall the outcome would be so like grateful all the time because of where we are. And when, people complain about Australia, I'm like, you're sounding a bit naive there, like you don't really know what it could be like. Very happy to be here, really.
Yeah, it's a pretty important thing for most people, is to travel internationally, especially into third world sort of or eastern countries, just to see how privileged we are.
Yeah.
And how happy they are without anything.
Yeah, that's true. The other part is you don't need all the stuff that we think we need or that we're told we need, and we have to adapt to the environment we're in.
The consumerism.
Yeah. And to just, if you travel like that if you can and it's safe and you're not just annoying your tour guide, to get off the path a little and have a look at the reality of the place as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like if you go to the Bahamas or something, you can go to all the resorts, but then if you go to where the locals live, you see the shanties and stuff and see how the other side of life is. Yeah. I like to do that to try and integrate with the culture. Yeah. Went to the Maldives once and I remember it was like a uni thing. There was 3 weeks in the Maldives for a placement. And I remember a bunch of the girls all went to like the Sheraton on a private island on the weekend. And then me and my buddy, or two of my buddies, we stayed on the local island, and then because there was only 3 of us, then the locals would invite us for dinner at their houses, and
that's nice.
Drive us around, and went on a boat ride with one of them, and it was awesome to see how they lived and the traditional eating with your hands and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, some of the people are so beautiful. Like we were in Samoa, and I'm on staff travel, so that's where I can get kicked off the flight. At any time. My husband's the captain on the plane. So we had a little discussion. The flight was getting full. And we're like, hey, if someone's got to get kicked off, because some of the staff had their older adult kids, but they're still young people. And, even though I'm higher up on the list, we're like, let's volunteer to get kicked off because I'm just a bit older and, let the young people get on it. And my husband was a bit like, but what about accommodation? It's all booked out. What are you going to do? And I'm like, I guarantee that I could pretty much walk into any house on this island and say, hey, I'm stuck here. Can I stay the night? And as long as it's probably a family house, they'd be like, yep. Yes. Open arms. Yeah. Nice. So where'd you go from there? Redcliffe with the gang lord brother? Yeah, well, I wanted to get away from all that. I needed to separate. So So your parents weren't around much? Were they just busy working or something?
Oh, they just, doing the best they can, but they were definitely just not around. Yeah, because there's a lot of stories I have where everyone's questions are like, where were your parents? Because, and I'm like, I don't know.
Your teenage brother was being a drug lord, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm thinking of my perspective. The answer is just I don't know. But now I'd look back and be like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Like, where were they? Yeah.
You ever ask them?
Yeah, little things that happen. Like me and this girl once were out. This has nothing to do with my brother. This is just the environment at the time. We were out walking. Walking home from a party with some guys, and they got jumped with by these guys with samurai swords. And the guys went for me and the girl, and the guys all around, the ones we were with left, like they legged it. And they were sort of like holding us there, kind of like, I wouldn't call it hostage, but you know what I mean? Like it's not a hostage situation. And, we ended up just talking them out of whatever they were planning, getting them to relate to us, see them as us as humans. They had toys in the backyard. So I said, have you got a little sister? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, so do I, which I don't. I'm about 15. And then after that, we left and went home. And then the police came to my house and started asking me questions and stuff. And when I tell this story, I didn't even think about it, but everyone's like, where were your parents? Like your police are at your didn't the police ask you where I'm like, no. Yeah. Not sure.
Different time back then, I guess.
Yeah.
Samurai swords on bloody Redcliffe.
Yeah.
Had the swords and machete violence back then too, eh?
Yeah, definitely. And I look at this story, this is funny to me, and I tell people and they're horrified by it. But recently I caught up with the other girl and I'm like, do you remember when the samurai... And she goes, that was so funny. And I'm like, thank you. It's not just me that thought that was hilarious.
I grew up on the Sunshine Coast and it was pretty much the same. I saw a guy getting held up with a samurai sword by the throat.
Oh, really?
And then the guy that did that, he was walking down the street the next day and a bunch of Maoris flogged him for doing it.
Yeah, right.
The kid went and told his Maori friends and the Maoris destroyed him.
That's the problem, isn't it? It just creates more violence and more violence and more violence.
Yeah. But I don't think probably held any more swords to people's throats after that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not I would...
Street justice.
Can we, we'll point out that we don't recommend...
No swords.
Yeah, no swords. Or whatever.
No swords, no machetes. Yeah. You want to go old school, just a bit of these ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, old biff. Cool. So any jobs in that growing up period?
Just, you mean like when I was in high school? Yeah, I was working at Pizza Hut. I worked heaps of jobs. We were doing trolley pushing, and that's where like this gang came from, and it was called the TBM, which stood for Trolley Boy Mafia. I feel like embarrassed saying that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, and because the weapon of choice was trolley bars. Have you seen this? Like,
we used to do that. Yeah, rip the trolley bars off.
I'm not recommending this either. Sorry, we're worse. But the jump on the trolley, and we probably got a Samoan. Like, this isn't racist. This is what we did. We just got a Samoan. That's what we had available, and they jumped on the trolley until we pulled the bar out, and that was the weapon.
I used to be involved in some gang stuff. Anyone that watches episode 19 of Harley Fox will hear all about it.
Yeah, right. I'll have to check it out.
I was involved in some gangs through high school and afterwards. And, that was where we got our little, they're like perfect weighted little bars for fighting.
Yeah, right. They sit in your pants. So
I used to stick it up my sleeve.
Yeah, they're good for... Couldn't get it through the airport, but it's funny though, because it's like when I say gang, we're kids and stuff. It's a bit like, MasterChef, and they got MasterChef kids. We have like underbelly kids,
Yeah. It's pretty low level.
Yeah.
Cool. And then so you were just busy looking after yourselves as teenagers. Parents were living their own lives and...
Yeah, I mean, they're around. I don't want to make out they're horrible. I think it was very typical, though, because everyone else was doing it too. So I don't think this was out of the ordinary.
Usually it's people doing it on the street, though, that weren't allowed back in the house, and parents are just like, fuck off.
Yeah, right, yeah. Maybe. But
You're the one that you send your parents out and they come back when the streetlights are on.
Well, it's funny because now I've got kids and the amount of supervision I have to do, and I'm like, why are we the first? There's been 300,000 years of human evolution, and they just decided right now is the right time as we have
where
children.
We can't let them out of our sight.
Yeah, where we have to legally supervise them. And I'm like, this was not on the brochure.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid thinking, when I have a kid, they'll be doing this and that. And now I'm just like, can I go to the letterbox? No.
Yeah. There's a magpie out there that's been eyeing you off. So.
Yeah. I even there's a park out the back there. And we've got walkie-talkies. And I was like, you can go play, just take the walkie-talkies.
Oh, that's pretty cute. Yeah, that's a good idea. Do you have nicknames? Like, Sparrow One, Papa Bear,
It's a good idea. Yeah. I have to think of one. Papa Bear, probably a good one. That's what she calls me.
Yeah, that's my immediate,
My daughter's half French, so she calls me Papa. That's
sweet.
the French dad.
Yeah, very sweet.
That's cute. Cool. So when did the inclination to join the services spark?
Yeah, about grade 12. I just definitely wanted to get away from where I was. I probably a natural progression because I was already sort of a bit of a fighter and stuff. And just went when I was 17, straight out of school.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What do you want to do when you?
Well, I wanted to be a pilot. And this is very, very arrogant of me, but I'm very young. I did all the testing and I got in as the one that's just, they had F-111 still, so they had I can't remember what it's called, the other guy in the F-111.
Oh, yeah.
That's not flying.
Navigator.
Yeah. It had a different name, but
Goose.
Anyway, whatever.
The goose.
And I was like, oh no, I'm going to come back and try again as a pilot, but I'll just go to the army and go through that way, which is obviously, is terrible. Once you've already signed up, they're not going to let you go do something. They've got you.
If you're already in.
Yeah. So didn't turn out to be a good decision. But it kind of did because I doubt, like looking back now, that I would have passed any flying training. Like that was like, there's no way. But you think you're invincible and you're the best ever. So, but now I'm like, I don't think you would have got past bloody, round one, whatever they do. So
Yeah. So what did you concede to do?
So I started, once I finished in the military, I did...
and would you couldn't be a pilot, so what did you?
I just stayed and did that and then left when So I did the time in the army and then I was still planning on being a pilot, so I was trying to figure out how to do that through the civilian world or whether to leave and try and come back and all that kind of thing.
What was the job that you took though?
Oh, I was a truck driver.
Truckie?
Yeah.
And where'd you work?
Seven Sisby in Brisbane.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I worked there as a rehab consultant recently.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay. How was it?
Good. Before that, I was at 6RAR working with infantry.
Okay.
So Sisby's it was confusing because, before it was just like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, super simple support. And now it's like trucks and admin and warehouse and spanners and you're from where doing what?
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
But more variety, I guess, in the workload. Yeah,
I hear there's a better Robinson there now because she's in the Broncos. Like I was the significantly worse Robinson. I'm glad that it's slowly, it's getting better. So,
yeah, she's crushing, eh?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Saw her play the other day.
Yeah, very good.
I've got that Brothers and Books library to drop off there this week.
Okay, yep.
Put it in their little ball ace club.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. They'll like that. Good books. Yeah.
So what did you do as a truckie? Anything exciting?
No, I don't want to. I got 0 deployments. I like to say that. I'm like, this never, what are they, as Australia's doing things and you go, that's not the Australia. I didn't fight in 2 wars for this. And people are like, you didn't go to any wars. I'm like, that's what I just said. I did not go to any wars. So I didn't get deployed, just did, training exercises, did a lot of stuff. I had a shadow posting to 6RAR and I think we were like the first women to do, I wasn't actually in, I was like a shadow posting. So I went and did support for them for their...
What's shadow posting mean?
Oh, I don't really know, to be honest. I think they were just training for, going to Iraq and all that. And they had support there and sort of, rather than just, they were still attached to them, if that makes sense. And
Followed them around like shadows.
yeah, like a shadow. Yeah, exactly. They stuffed it every now and then and accidentally like put me in their lines. And I remember the time I was there for about, I was like, oh, whatever. I'll just, I've stayed with the men before, but I was like there for about an hour and I'm like, and I went to the admin. I'm like, I can't stay there. I've seen more penises in that hour than than Jenna Jameson has.
I was talking to one of the girls, the first ever infantry soldier at 6RAR.
Yep.
Oh no, 2RAR I think she was. Anyway, the first ever female grunt. I was talking to her on Insta the other day about coming on, and I'm curious. I was curious to ask her that, like, being in the first infantry, being the first female in infantry battalion, did it stop infantry boys from doing infantry things, which is dicks out all the time?
Yeah, and I'll just be real clear, they weren't doing anything wrong. Half of them didn't even know I was in the space. They were just doing what they would normally. There was nothing
that's what I mean,
untoward here. It's just how they normally acted. And then I probably maybe after they realised I was there, they're like, we're not changing, which is fine as well. It was more my responsibility there to move myself out, which I did. And it's funny, they acted like it was full annoying. They're like, oh, now we got to... Oh. I'm like, what?
God, now we got to pants on. Bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, not them, the admin team. Like, now we got to move you. And I'm like, of course you do. But amazing that whoever did that, I don't know who you're talking to, but they would have been a pretty strong, tough person and probably very fit. And
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. So did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's fun.
Just did your 4 years and fucked off?
Yeah. Went to do uni. I did aviation and started trying to get money to fly a plane, which is very expensive. And
to do the lessons?
Yeah.
Get your hours up?
Yeah.
Yeah, can be for sure. You want to be a commercial pilot?
Yeah.
Did you start?
Yeah, I did a fair bit of flying and all the way up, I was nearly finished and then I got pregnant. So working 3 jobs trying to pay for it. And I was also working for Qantas at the time as a flight attendant. So I was trying to find any people that owned aeroplanes so I could build my hours up by they're too lazy to move their plane. So I'd just be like, I'll fly it, So I was doing some pretty cool flying. I was doing some long distance flying and it was a lot of fun in really dodgy aeroplanes that were 60 years old and doing night flying in a single engine, which was pretty scary, but
yeah, nice.
Yeah, when you're poor, you just got to take what you can get.
How long did that last for?
I did that for a while because you got to be super determined because it's just, costs a lot. There was the global financial crisis as well. So you just got to try and keep going and going and going. So it was about 8 years in total. I think I was, doing other things as well, but trying to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the kid derailed it.
Yeah, and then I just lost any, I don't know, because I think, like I said, that flying I was doing was pretty dangerous. And I knew there was a few little health issues and I'd been covering them up because, in the army you do that too. You don't want you get kicked out or you won't be able to get deployed or whatever. Same with being a pilot. Get one little issue and, you're done. So I, for example, when I was doing aerobatics, I got G-lock, which is G-induced loss of consciousness really early. And I was like, what was that? I just passed out, at 5G, which is nothing.
We're doing your hooking properly.
Yeah, so I know there's something wrong with my brain. And then just before I got pregnant, I was starting to get flashes of light and sort of black out a bit sometimes with my vision. And I didn't realise, I think it might be a bit of the brain blast stuff now. Now that's all coming out and I've got a flattened pituitary gland. So I think if I had kept doing it, I would have had to stop anyway.
Yeah, right.
So kind of good I stopped. But
talking about the overblast pressure stuff or just from the concussion of the explosives?
I'm not 100% sure because, I don't know. No, they said they don't know until you've died and they can do an autopsy. So I'm not sure if I believe that. Just wonder if they're avoiding getting everyone diagnosed at once. But anyway, yeah.
No, it's true that. What is it called? The CTE that sent. I can't even. I'd be butchering it if I tried. There's a movie about it with Will Smith where they go into the details of it.
Yeah.
But there's literally no way to find out until they do an autopsy.
Yeah. So, and it could be stuff from Papua New Guinea. Like I was playing around with tear gas in the yard once and the rascals threw it over the fence and Dad came in from work and I was playing with that. They would have done crops and everything there. They're not as regulated, so they could have had anything as pesticides. I'm not really sure. Could be anything.
Yeah. Yeah, hard to say.
Yeah.
I always forget words and stuff and I was like, is it because I was a fighter and I got kicked in the head a lot or because of explosives or?
Yeah. So,
Well, maybe I'm just dumb.
probably not. Probably something. Yeah. I do that as well. Walk into a room and I'm like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's common.
Yeah.
Cool. So now, what did you said your husband's a pilot.
Yep.
Did you meet him in this time you were doing the pilot stuff?
Yeah. So we met just on a Sydney trip and I just moved to Adelaide, just got out of a long-term relationship. I'd been in a relationship my whole adult life and was ready to be single and have a good time. So completely started a whole new life in Adelaide and then just sort of met him and we had a baby really fast. Glad it's worked out, but yeah.
Yeah, and that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you do? Just started on the stay-at-home mum stuff, or you went into another career?
No, I started. So she was. She's great. She's a wonderful child. Difficult baby with sleep and all that. So I was very tired. I also had endometriosis and those sort of things. So I was just getting more and more unwell. But still trying to persevere. Massive shock to me because I'd always been with my goals. Like, say I wanted to be a pilot, I would have 3 jobs and I would be working from sunrise and then go to do the job, do some flying, I would be always doing stuff and very goal orientated, especially with that upbringing I mentioned before. My big goal was to make sure that if I had children that they never had that around them. I know my parents doing the best job they can, but you're trying to break generational trauma.
Yeah.
So that includes not only the environment, but also just trying to teach emotional intelligence and all that kind of thing, and good boundaries and blah, blah, blah. So I was, trying very hard to get a good career and get very on my feet and that kind of thing. But that sort of happened just before I finished. So I wasn't where I wanted to be, and I just wasn't used to the way kids are because your child could be, you just want them to put a shoe on, for example, and it can take 2 hours and they got 1 shoe. And, I've been in the car with her and, I said, we're running really late. Can you just make sure you got your shoes on? She's like 2 when we get there. And then I turn around, she's only got her shoes on. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I was hot. So you start to get used to, you're not going to meet all your goals. You're not going to probably meet any goals whatsoever. You have to completely change your identity and also incredibly isolating, because you're suddenly on your own a lot. My partner worked away as well. He was there and he's really, really supportive and really great husband. But, he had to go away for work. And I'm sure lots of the diggers and all that know from both sides what that can be like, whether it be the person with the child or the one away. Sure, particularly men are usually the one away, and that's so much pressure on them, probably guilt. Then they've also got to come back and adapt into your routine, and they can just do little things, and because you're exhaustedly tired, they don't realise they're adding to your workload. It could just be putting keys on a bench. You're like, I did that. So trying to adapt a relationship in that way as well. It's challenging.
Being detached from the kid would be hard too.
Yeah, definitely.
When you're away for months and they've gone through all those stages of growth and they've missed it and they're sort of coming home to a new kid, right?
Yeah, and she didn't want to go to him, I think, for those reasons, which is normal for kids. It's nothing bad, but he's got to not take that as an insult.
It'll be tough.
We also need her to go to him because I'm exhausted at this, waiting for him to come home.
You've been waiting, counting the minutes, and then she doesn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah.
Tough. So is that still how it is, or?
No. So the hard part, well, I guess you're losing a sense of purpose. You obviously being a parent is purpose, but you do want to have your own things because that's a family-centered thing. So I didn't do anything for a while because just really needed to focus on the home. And then eventually I started, COVID hit and my husband, the flying got shut down pretty fast. Lucky Qantas kept going a little bit, but it was also what he was doing, but the flying he could get was probably pretty risky because, for example, he flew a load of people from Timor in because no one was working in the farm. So the government got him, Qantas to go get them. So he's around people from the third world countries with COVID and everything. And at that stage, we didn't know what it was. So that was a bit scary, but also we needed money as well. So I started working at the university lecturing aviation.
Oh, really?
Sort of worked out that they sort of asked me about the same time. So fell into that as well. And
how'd you get to lecturer level?
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you have a postdoc sort of?
No.
No.
I think they were trying to boost engagement because I did like the PhD people are really so intelligent. They've worked so hard, really great. But the kids, well, they're not kids, young adults don't relate to them that well. I did notice, like, for example, I was teed up with someone who had a PhD, the astrophysicist, amazing woman who's done great study, but relating to someone in that way, just like she'd talk about the problem and then I'd draw it and I'd be like, okay, you're here, the pub's here, your home's here. So there's a triangle, and trying to do the maths that way. Whereas, so she was like, oh, great, now they get it, sort of thing. So they needed that middle rungs of someone who's not genius level intelligence, enough to understand what they're doing and enough to know how to relate to the younger people and the mix of it because there can be mature students as well. But
yeah.
So
you just like through connections or something, just got like an assistant sort of.
Well, I did pretty well at uni. I wasn't
professor.
Bad. I wasn't the best because I'm not an academic person, but it was probably more that engagement thing. So being good at talking to people, which is something I'm all right at because of that upbringing, I learned really well how to read body language because I was unsafe when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I had to read what people might be feeling and try to preempt their behaviour. And as an adult, that's been really good because I'm not unsafe anymore. I'm safe and I can now just predict, they're feeling this, they need this, or the room is dropped in energy, I need to pick it up, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that kind of upbringing definitely sharpens your spidey senses.
Yeah, but you get the occasional person's like, I wish... it is one of my strengths. I've got a lot of things I'm not good at, but the occasional person's like, I wish I could do that. And you're like, if you knew how I got that skill, you absolutely do not want to know how to do that. Yeah.
You read people. Yeah, you read people's body language if it's going to turn violent or something.
Yeah, I mean, I can be wrong too, but, all right at it anyway.
Good judge of character.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Sort of, except from your upbringing because you're around people that you sort of go to familiarity, so I can get it very wrong sometimes.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of misplaced trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, yeah. You've achieved quite a lot. You've skimmed over.
Yeah.
I like pilot stuff and then I lectured it.
Yeah, well, I like lecturing, but because I got to do so many different subjects, that was great because there was business subjects, there was security, which really, the drone stuff scares me, and there was aerodynamics, like just touching on everything was good, and re-engaging, getting a bit of a sense of purpose. It's just my thing, I go lecture. It was still, though, very difficult with children and that, so when my husband got promoted, I just stopped doing it. But then I just started doing stand-up comedy then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after that.
About the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you get into that? What sparked that little flame?
Well, there's a couple of things. There was I was on Twitter a bit, and there were lots of comedians on there that I was following, and everyone was sad because of COVID, like really sad. And I do try and cheer people up. That's I don't like everyone being sad, and I feel like I've got a fair bit of resilience, but with that is the responsibility of helping others, if that makes sense. So if I'm coping fine, try to help other people feel the same. So I was being funny on there, a bit funny. And then some of the comedians who were like some of the best ones in the world started, this is really funny. Or they'd send me a DM going, you should do comedy and stuff. So I do feel like, because I do have low self-esteem and things, if someone of that level didn't push me into it, I probably wouldn't have done it. And then I had a project with someone where we were doing some creative thing, and I was like, I need to learn how to write a joke properly. So I just started doing it for that, and then I liked it, so I kept going. The thing about it is it's really difficult and embarrassing, and you look like an idiot when you stuff it up. And I think because it was something I did that was very hard, I wanted to, it became challenging.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that part of it.
Thrived off the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I watch a lot of comedy's probably my favourite genre of anything. I watch a lot of especially all the big hitters in the States. But yeah, they often talk about the dying on stage and the bombing and how it's probably the worst.
Oh, it's
the worst feeling you could possibly feel.
Horrible. Because, if you practice your guitar and you make a mistake at home, whatever, but the first time we do anything has to be on stage.
Yeah, it's always got to be in front of someone.
And the funniest things can be a little shocking. We're starting to get close to the edge of what you can't say. But I think there's a part of our subconscious that relates social embarrassment as you're unsafe. Because if you think back to when we were in tribes, if you socially did the wrong thing and they booted you out of the tribe, you're probably fucked. You're probably going to die. So that's what our brain is probably processing. When the audience is just silent or maybe crossing their arm, you're like, the arms getting, I've done something.
They're turning.
Yeah, and your peers are there as well. So you're like, oh, wow, I just made such a fool of myself. And
yeah.
Yep.
What do you do then? Just go back and I ate shit.
Yeah, well, I think once you're over the feeling, you have to go over it like it's data instead of thinking of it as an emotional thing and be like, okay, that was this sort of demographic who didn't like this joke. So now I know that's bad, and you're trying to get all the right data so you can get the most amount of jokes that work for the most amount of demographics.
Yeah, okay. And do you film every set to so that you remember which jokes worked and which didn't?
I try to film some of them, but not always because sometimes I'm just too tired and I'm like, I don't think this is going to go that well anyway. It's always the ones I don't film that are awesome though. And when I'm filming, I just eat shit. Like it's terrible. And I'm like, man, I wish I'd have got that on film when it went well. And then the other ones, I have to listen to it and you feel the embarrassment again, as you're listening to it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, no.
Yeah, for sure.
The silence is very loud. Yeah.
Do you find it hard to watch yourself or you're just used to it now?
I like the data part of it. Yeah, I am hard. I think I'm a perfectionist, but that's why I've only got this short amount, even though I've been doing it a few years, because I want every joke to work for every audience and be clean enough, but still not super, like I can change it a bit. And so I think I'm going to be a bit slower, and I've got kids and stuff to worry about as I go up with getting this whole big hour of comedy. But
how long have you got now?
Like 20 minutes, 10 that's really good, 20 that's okay, where I start doing storytelling as well. But we moved more into as you've seen, the producing, which is going very, very well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you do more than one of those?
Yeah, so that was our third Shellshocked. I've done run other comedy nights, and we tried different things, but so what happened was I went up to Cairns and I was doing an open mic there, and I did one joke about the military. It was a really bad joke. It wasn't funny. Well, it was all right. It was just about the Velcro, how it's noisy, and the choice of using that. But in the break of that show, this man came up to me and he was like an older man, and he said that he was a Vietnam veteran, and then he told me this horrible, horrible story, like gut-wrenching story. And the thing about it as well was he was talking, but his family were there and they all had like their jaws dropped. And I said, oh, what's going on? And they were like, he's never talked about the war before ever. Mm-hmm. This is the first time. And I thought, wow, that joke sucked. And, I feel really like I had a lot of empathy for that man, like a lot. And I thought if that could make that happen, and I gave him a hug and hoped that it had helped him, I don't know, heal in some little way. Not sure if it got worse because I didn't see him afterwards, but then we can do something that helps people. And obviously the veteran suicide inquiry came out, and, we'd all probably known someone that has been about as well. And I just was like, what can we do to help? Because if that helped in that little way, maybe we can do a whole show. And then we got, Chris Franklin, who's awesome, very experienced comic who, one of the best, and got him to, he's ex-Navy, and he jumped in straight away because we thought he wouldn't because we're just new. But he jumped on board. Jack Knight, Jared Goundry came on for the first one. Went really well, and then it just started to get better each year. So
this is the third year? Yeah,
this was the third one.
Yeah, right. Didn't come across the other two.
That's a shame.
Marketing must not have been so good.
Yeah, no. Well, I doubt we would have put much money into it too. It was just originally just meant to be me and my mates having fun, but it's grown a bit and taken on its own life. And we're doing our own podcast we haven't released yet too, so we're doing more on all the mental health to give it, because the comedy night is just comedy. We're not really delving into mental health that well. It's just designed to produce dopamine, be relatable so people feel a bit seen, but it's still fun. And then the podcast can go more into the depths of it a bit. Yeah,
okay. Into the mental health stuff?
Yeah.
Of you comedians or of everybody?
So SNAFU, we're getting the ex-Special Forces guys together with comedians as well, and we do something fun, and then we, then have a big chat about everything. And some of them aren't veterans and they've got their own input with things, and then the veterans can talk as well. And it seems like people are at that point now where I think there's been a lot of frustration and they just want to talk, and they're happy to do that in the right and safe environment. So my goal is to try and make them feel safe to be vulnerable, which I hope they are safe to be vulnerable, so that we can do that, explore different issues, but also people can hear it. And just like this one, like they can feel seen and feel like they're not alone is the main thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's huge. The just airing those thoughts and feelings, how it makes other people feel seen and not alone, I guess, and inspired to get help and do the things that they need to do to move forward.
Yeah.
Especially seeing people that are successful in their own right, like you and Jared and people that have overcome massive adversity to get to where they are and then now thriving. It's like, oh, well, fuck, if they can do it, maybe I can, maybe I have a chance.
Yeah, makes you feel self-conscious to talk about. But yeah, definitely. That's really where, when you are feeling self-conscious, it's the best place to be vulnerable. But when you say overcoming adversity, I feel like, I don't want that attention on me and stuff. But if it does help people. So I've got to go to places I don't want to talk about as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I released a pretty open and honest thing about myself that probably I did talk about things that I've never told anybody.
Okay. What's that one? Where can people find that?
Episode 19.
Okay.
Yeah. It's I just thought if I'm going to make a platform about being real and raw and honest and vulnerable, then I should do the same. Yeah, very true.
It's only really coming for me now a bit, and I'm like, I got so many people to do this, and I didn't really realise how hard it is. So but people have been really good, really great, very helpful. Obviously, I don't pay them to come on. Hopefully, I can give them a good experience, and they can feel good too. But it's been lots of support, which is nice.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's really good. The veteran community seems we definitely get behind each other and stuff.
Yep.
Actually, just reminded me, I had one guy on, I won't name him, but you could probably work it out if you followed my podcast, but he didn't want to talk about anything.
Yeah, right.
And he has a podcast, and asked him some questions that about his life and stuff. He's like, no, don't want to talk about that. I'm like, how can you have a podcast talking about this sort of stuff and you don't want to talk about it yourself? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Mustn't be used to it, maybe. Yeah.
you got to lay it all out there, especially if you want to be the host.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No secrets.
And then you got to figure out, especially if they're sitting like this, I'm like, the arms are crossed. What can I do to, and you slowly start to see the arms uncross. And,
You're big on that body language stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean to. I can't stop it. Like, it's just the way my brain works.
Yeah. I always notice, like, sometimes I just do it out of comfort, like, especially if it's like a little bit of chill in here or something.
Yeah.
I hope that I think I'm being rude. But not in here, just like in general.
Yeah, in life. Because that's a comfortable position.
Yeah. Cool. So what's your writing process like?
So I've never written anything ever.
That's why you only have 10 minutes.
Yeah. I say things and hope it works out, and then I might make some notes and be like, that didn't work, but I'm not very good at writing stuff down.
You just remember it all?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is that a common thing, you think, or just?
Yeah, there's heaps of neurodivergence in comedy, so there's lots of dyslexia and all that stuff. And I've got ADHD, so that one's so not that I've got the there's one that's hyper. I don't have that one. I've got I forget what it's called now. Inattentive, is that?
ADD.
Yeah, the one where you're quiet but you're just off daydreaming all the time, which happens. Like, I'm talking to people and they are opening up, and I'm like, thinking about, I should get some Mexican food. I like dogs. Dogs are pretty good. Okay, you need to be listening to this. He looks like he's nearly crying. Like, you need to jump in. Yeah.
So you're going to be hosting a podcast soon? When we're watching that one, we'll see your eyes glaze over.
Yeah,
you'll know what's going on.
And people are like, wow, she must be in 1,000 yards. Yeah, you're not at all.
Cool. So what's any funny, memorable moments from your comedy stuff?
Comedy, yeah. Let me have a think. Stuff probably that's some people have full meltdowns on stage, and it's not always funny. But when you get over it later and they are your friend and then you talk about it, it's funny to reapproach their full, like, you had a full mental breakdown in front of everyone, dude. Like, there's lots of that one.
Like with a heckler or something?
Yeah, or it's not going well and they start blaming the audience and then it just escalates. They're like, oh, fuck you, fuck all of you. I don't give a shit. You don't even know what's funny. Throw the mic on the ground and leave. That's always funny. Lots of little stories because I've done it in some places. Chris Franklin runs this gig in Melbourne Comedy Festival called it's at the Exford Hotel and it's a late show, but it's called the Bear Pit because it's like 11 o'clock and you try and get on it every day, and because you can have the occasional like famous person as well, and that one can be really funny. They are so drunk, and Chris he's pretty good at keeping them in line, but that's one of the, like, I felt my heart beating. Like I was that nervous because you're worried that they're going to heckle the absolute crap out of you. So.
Oh, everyone's like super drunk in the crowd.
Yeah, and just a bit wild. That one's always fun. I don't know, just people doing stuff.
How often do you get up?
I was doing it 2 to 3 times a week. I'll slow down a bit this year because we were focusing on the producing. But yeah, hopefully hit it back up. I'm going to start trying to just lock down and write properly now that it's, if it's going all right, you might as well keep pushing it.
But not right.
Yeah, just not right, yeah.
Right,
do the job, yeah.
Do you reckon that's the sweet spot for you, 2 or 3 times?
Probably that might be a bit too much.
Too much?
Yeah, because I think I've got to be home a bit as well, and it's tricky for the life balance.
But for your development of comedy, though.
Oh, if you can, you should be up as much as you can. You should be 7 times, a week. But you've got to accept your situation for what it is and not be too hard on yourself. Because you see the young ones doing that, and you feel bad, and then you've got to remind yourself that you have, it has to work for you, and maybe it's a bit slower, and that's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the ultimate goal?
I just gotta take it as it is. I did want to do script writing. I still get really nervous doing stand up, like still every time. And part of me wants, the avoidant personality. So I would like to be able to write scripts and things, but I think you have to just do it and get yourself out there first.
Yeah. Yeah. So the ultimate goal is to like write for shows or something.
Yeah, or write your own show. That'd be good.
Oh.
Yep.
Comedy show.
Yeah, I like history. Like especially Australian history. What's his name? The guy that has the red bandana.
Red bandana.
And he writes heaps of, like, it's not comedy, it's proper Australian historical fiction. Man, I'd have to Google him, but it's a serious works and stuff. But I'd love to get his books and turn them into comedy shows. So, because Australia's history can be hilarious, like really funny. We got that Mutiny on the Bounty story, those sort of things. We've got lots of things where we've tried stuff and it hasn't worked. And
give me an example of a funny one.
Oh, well, that Mutiny on the Bounty, do you know what they did is I can't quote it exactly. I'd need the story in front of me. But they were coming over to get breadfruit and this is the English. This is a while ago, obviously. And they decided to mutiny against Lay. Is it Lee or Lay? Do you know any of this stuff? No. He was.
History's not that great.
Yeah, apparently he's a bit of a dickhead, and so I like that character. I think he's great.
Okay.
Because he was put in this leadership position. They mutinied and left and went to. They were meant to be going to Tahiti, and they went and with the islanders and just decided that's it. They're gonna
chill here.
Yeah, stay there forever, and they did.
Marry some locals.
Yeah, same guy. That captain was the one who got Captain Cook killed because they weren't supposed to engage with the Hawaiians, and he did, and then they speared Captain Cook. And and he had something to do with the Rum Rebellion. Like, he's just stuffed up continuously, but was still a leader. It's so like, in the military, and this probably happens in other industries. If someone's a fuck up, they just want to get them out, and that could include being promoted upwards somewhere else.
Yeah. So just get him out of your unit. Yeah,
I think he's this guy that continually got promoted up and just caused so much chaos throughout history. So.
Yeah, nice. I'll check him up. I'll find who you're talking about.
Yeah, probably he's right. I don't know if that's the correct name. I've forgotten it now, but we forget all the things. I have to Google it, but yeah.
AI will tell me.
Yeah.
Cool. So what about content and stuff like that? What do you got coming up and doing?
Oh, we're definitely going to start just smashing out skits.
Yeah.
So that can be tricky again because everything we do, someone is offended or has a problem, which is fine. But when it becomes like they can stir people up and get numbers against you, of people they've completely misinterpreted something you've done or whatever. Like it's tricky because you've put so much work into it and then one commenter has ruined the whole thing because now everyone's caught on that topic. So, yeah, we just got to be trying to write it, trying to make sure it's good. But Yeah, you got to toe the line a bit as well.
You mean like the stuff that Jared does with the like things a soldier would never say, that sort of thing?
Sort of. We're more like character play. So we will be the soldiers and like put costumes on and try and do the voices, but not all military stuff. We'll be doing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but trying because the military stuff's very niche. Like Jared's so good at what he does and it's very niche and it's right engaged into that world. Whereas for me, it was 20 years ago when I did so many other things. So I've kind of forgotten. I'm not going to be 100% relatable. I just do my best. And so lots of different characters. Like I said, I love history. So I'll probably do history skits as well. And
yeah. So you got a little crew that are planning stuff for that?
Yeah. Yeah, lots of people who we try and get all different demographics and all sorts of things going.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You can have me. I'll be big bearded sailor.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You should come play the lay character. Yeah.
And any other comedy shows, or are you just waiting for the next Shellshocked to roll around?
So I don't want to do too many because they are so much work. I don't know. People don't know because we try it. You want it to look invisible because the audience needs to be happy, relaxed, producing dopamine. So we're not going to be like, guys, this is what we had to do to get here. But we
worked hard. Give us a round of applause.
Yeah, you all owe me. No, we want it, available to as many people as we can. That's why the ticket isn't very expensive for that really awesome lineup. We want to make it nice so that we're attracting bigger names. But to market it, we just go around we gave out 3,000 flyers. We went to heaps of events. We, put skits together and put them out. We boost, make ads. And there's just little things that pop up all the time, just things going wrong. Every 5 seconds there's something else. So
how do you get the big names? You just DM them or?
I pay them. They are my employees. But they're people I've met around as well. So really good. A lot of them do it at a reduced rate, or I'd say they're people who care about the veteran world. So I haven't gone and got people just for the sake of it. Like there's some people we didn't put on, even though they're awesome, because I'm like, no, it's just not, with the brand.
Yeah.
So like Luke Heggie, for example, just seems to really care about it and does want to help veterans. And even though he wasn't one, he did go to Afghanistan twice, I think.
Yeah.
So he's
as a comedian.
Yeah, as a comedian, not a voice trip. Which is funny. I met a veteran the other day who said, when you got Luke Heggie on, when I was in Afghanistan, I was his load master. And I had to be, where's what? I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Well done. Thank you for doing that. But I'm just thinking how hard it is to hold back and not be like, I bet you were. But so he feels strongly about it and does a great job. And he's really good for the veterans as well. Like Jack Knight was the first one who said we should do it as charity, which was awesome. He added that. And he also is this quintessential veteran, almost like a Vietnam veteran that's homeless character. So funny.
What's do it for charity mean?
We haven't. So Michael and I have made $0. This is the worst business model. In such a bad. People come to us. Oh, we want to sponsor you, and I'm like, just to warn you, we are so bad at business. We don't make any money. We give it on to charity. So we've given it to Legacy, and we've given to Dylan. I'm just pointing at the bookshelf thing he's got over there. The off camera. Brothers and Books as well. And then little bits and pieces.
Oh yeah, you might have paid for that bookshelf.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, probably. It's going to my old army unit, so that probably makes sense. Should probably write a note on it.
It all works out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love you and I don't miss you.
Here's a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Is there any plan to make a living out of it, or that's just the whole goal? Is just a passion project to give back?
Well, it is a passion project mostly, but we'll see where it goes. It's really up to the audience, I suppose. They might hate us and be like, fuck off. And we did it, we tried, and it sucked. But maybe it's engaging and maybe we can build from it.
I think people are really, really loving it, eh? From the couple of veteran shows that I've been to, it seems like the crowds are getting bigger and bigger, and the following is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
People love having the piss taken out of the shit that happens in the military, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Especially all the dumb shit and the things that you feel taboo and you can't talk about, and then you guys just make a joke about it. And it's like, oh my God, I can't believe they said it.
Yeah, which is tricky. You got to not go, you don't want to be this bully either. And just when I write that roast about you, I'm not writing anything not digging into your personal life. And
No.
I hope I wasn't too offensive. You know, just trying to be silly. But you got to be careful with it, but you want to do it in the right way. Obviously, Jared's very, very good at that stuff. He does really good roasts and really relatable. Like
he doesn't really hold back on anyone. No.
Yeah, no, excellent. And, we love having him too. He's very, very strong about the veteran, obviously, because he is one. So just trying to get all that going and trying to not offend too many people, but be maybe a little offensive. With Shellshocked, we try to make a vibe there. So we want it to be invisible to the audience, but, certain music cues and lighting cues, and it all is supposed to make this sort of connection with the crowd, even though they don't know or talk to each other as much, but we're trying to build up so it's not just a line-up show. It's different. It's got a vibe and a connection, as we all connect as an audience towards a common goal, which is laughing at this kind of thing and coming together in that way.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
No, you guys did a great job.
Thank
MC
you.
was a good pick as well.
Oh, Mickey D. Yeah, I forgot to mention Mickey D. But yeah, he's awesome. Yeah. He's also gone and done the stuff for the troops as well. But yeah, definitely probably the best MC in Australia.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yep.
The guy that heckled about CSC, I don't even know what the fuck he was talking about. It must have been an inside joke with him and his mates. But he was like sitting, like, because we were on these benches, he was like basically head against my head and he screamed that in my ear. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Leave it to the professionals, mate. But then Mickey just smashed him for
Well, it's really funny because
I
talked to Mickey about that and he actually felt bad doing that. But it was I'd written him a brief that's like this big of things you can't, because he's not military, so I just made things you can say, can't say, I don't want you to crowd work with police, for example, that kind of thing. I want you to mention that we did it ourselves, because there's so much weird stuff going on with grants and sponsor. We're like unsponsored, not grants, we're just paying for it. And I want you to be very careful of heckling, because they will just get out of control, and they'll just keep going and going, and they'll be drinking a lot, and we don't want it to be this thing where no one wants to get on our stage because they're going to get smashed by the audience. Yeah. So he said, I went way too hard at that guy, but I sort of had to set the precedent because that was the first one.
Yeah, shut him up.
Yeah, so he goes, I actually felt bad, and, hope that guy who he didn't feel too bad, but...
No, not at all. He kept going out throughout the night.
Yeah, there was somebody who just, kept...
Yeah, that was him,
Yeah, get him out of here. But it's not about you.
I was like, should I say something? Shut up.
Yeah, so Mickey said, because he opened for Jim Jeffries, he went on a tour in Australia with him, and he said he watched Jim do it, and he said Jim used to purposely get people to heckle, like try and encourage, so we could shut them down, and it was a skill he developed. So Mickey watched that, and then he can bring it into our show. Yeah.
So he's the first one to stop anyone else doing it.
Yeah, and we're going to get more like women and I don't want the women getting like heckled in the wrong way and that kind of thing, so we need to make sure we learn how to have the audience engaged and still feel okay. Maybe the occasional thing, but we need to make it clear that it's not a big, people can feel safe on the stage as well.
Those were 6 or 7 diggers down the front. They were getting a bit of a flogging as well. It was pretty funny.
Oh, Jared went at them, yeah. And then I roasted them again after. They were great though. They were so good about it. They even made a reel and put it up and stuff.
Oh, did they?
I think, were they from Darwin? I'm not sure. They look so young.
Yeah, a bunch of kids. Yeah, Mickey was giving them shit about being teenage girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it was good. And the Jack Knight and Luke Hagee, obviously the two big dogs.
Yeah, really good.
So funny. I find a lot of it with the repeating jokes. Like, you're building up your minutes and stuff. When do you ever let go of any of it? Like Luke Hagee, pretty much all of his jokes from that night were stuff that he's had on his specials.
Yeah.
It didn't stop me fucking crying. I was laughing so hard, but yeah, it's like when do you go, all right, fucking everyone's seen that now, and then move on to new material?
Well, Luke actually doesn't. He's one of the ones that does a new show every year. I think next year's the first year he's doing a greatest hits, but other than that, he's one of those prolific 12 hours writing, does them on stage, gets rid of the shit. Eventually you might even get 4 jokes that are good and you can get the bits out of them and make that into one joke. But you get rid of, if you perform it yourself without passion, even if it's the funniest thing in the world, they will not laugh. The audience know when you're being genuine and not. So if I've gotten sick of it myself, I'll get rid of it. If it's just not funny, it all just dies down. They're not laughing at it anymore. But also, someone like me doesn't need to worry. I don't have a huge thing where I'm going around. But someone like Luke, yes, people are going to hear him a lot and want to see new stuff. So, he just has new stuff every year.
Yeah, so it's like one of those ones that once it goes on the special, then you start again.
Yeah, for him, yeah, definitely. There's also there's a lot of science to the order and things you do it. So if you do a joke that's too cerebral, they've got to think too much too early. They're not going to. You need to get them to like you, to invest in you. You need to lower your status down as much as you can. Which audiences are weird with that. You have to just accept how they stereotype you, even if you don't. I'm not that person, but. Especially with, go up as a woman, they're going to have all these ideas about what a woman's going to say, and some people actually won't like it. So they start putting that on you immediately. I can tell they put their, the arms go up immediately as you walk on. You just have to accept that. That's not, that you have to be the one to win them over. So I do things in a certain order, which I'm only really, it's taken this long for me to figure that. What can I do to be liked quickly? Why does everyone hate me? Trying to work it out. Is it because I'm just completely unlikable, or, can we move? And I move the jokes around. It's starting to work a bit now, but it depends on how they see you.
You seem to have gone for all the careers in your life that are mostly male-dominated.
Yeah.
Army, piloting. Is that a word? Pilot?
Yeah.
Comedy. That's something that is that you're aware of, or it's just sort of accidental?
Well, it's just who I am. The way I try to do it is just pretend, don't worry about gender. They're going to think about you, but you shouldn't be, I shouldn't be going around, I'm a woman, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I just need to do what I want to do, whatever I'm passionate about. And if it is male dominated, then that's it. I've also been a flight attendant and a receptionist, and I've done a lot of female dominated ones as well. Completely different environment. I probably become almost a different person as well, the way I talk. But who I am as a person is more the ones doing the male dominated thing. I was very good at maths, that kind of thing. Not saying that all men are good at maths and women are bad at maths. That's not true.
Maths?
Yeah, but generally, the male dominated fields have maths involved and things that. Yeah, so with piloting, there is a lot of stuff. You have to be passionate about it. And I did enjoy that. Just the way my brain works, I think, trying to be myself and be as close to who I really am.
A bit rough and tumble growing up, a bit of a tomboy? Or?
I like to be feminine. I'm very probably 50-50 feminine as well. I spend hours doing makeup and stuff like that. And lots of female friends as well. We do, all sorts of things together. We've done modelling and all.
Just don't let gender roles define your decisions.
Yeah, and they will, like I said, they'll put it on you though, so you've got to try and get over some barriers. But if you let go of it yourself, it's a lot easier. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah,
cool. Anything else we're gonna promote while we're here?
No, because we're sort of wrapped up for the year. I guess you could follow me because SNAFU will start coming out.
SNAFU?
That's the podcast with the ex-Special Forces guys, and there's been some great guys and lots of support on that.
What's SNAFU stand for?
Situation normal, all fucked up. It's about mental health, so yeah.
Cool.
So that would be Cara with a K, Robinson, ROBINSON comedian on Instagram and YouTube and things. So if you follow that, that'll come out soon, and that's...
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to try to do all 6 episodes and then bring them out all at once.
So just doing a mini-series sort of thing?
Yeah, sort of like that. We're going to a different place. We're going to Perth to do some stuff with the dogs. The retired service dogs.
They live in Perth?
Yeah, they're in some... Well, there's a man, Ryan Wilson, who's ex-Special Forces, who has that charity.
Okay.
We're going to Sydney. We're going to Adelaide. So we're doing things with different groups and then...
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we filmed one at Springbrook recently.
Up in the mountains?
Yeah, which that was great. Yeah, really nice.
How'd that come about?
Well, it's my parents own the property, so we brought Rick, he was on a loan. It was I brought all the reality stars together.
Wasn't the combat engineer on a loan, was it?
No, he's ex-Special Forces.
Okay.
He runs a survival company. He's awesome, really, really, I don't know, he's just wise sort of thing. I just look up to him as this all-knowing oracle man who, had this really hard upbringing, being an orphan and things. Not an orphan, in the system, sorry. So he, overcame so much adversity. And then I had Ryan Gallagher, he got famous from Married at First Sight. I had Dave the farmer, who got famous on Big Brother. So I put all these reality stars together, but they don't, necessarily all, and they really, really opened up in a huge way. Like,
Oh, yeah.
So that was great. And we went out in the bush and did some stuff, and then
So that'll be one of the 6 episodes.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. And we got Luke Andrews Blue, who runs the Crate Foundation. He came and did the aviation one with us. And Dylan was there for that too. So we were on, it was Clive Palmer's private jet. We weren't flying, we were just on the ground. Mm-hmm. And then we flew the Sims, the 737 Sims. So
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Getting amongst it.
Yeah, it's great. But you can find that. Or if you just want to watch the skits, whether you like me or don't like me, maybe you want to see me fail, maybe you want to see me go well. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Come along as the audience.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
I'll chuck those links in the description.
Yeah, all right.
Find you.
Well, thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
No worries.
Yes, great.
Thanks for being here.
Cool.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Leah. Good fun.
Oh, was that quick, was it? I do talk quick.